at great personal cost and cost to our core business, which is land conservation, and we're working with EDFC to hand that fiduciary responsibility to another organization to continue incubating the Nature Tourism Coalition. I think the coalition will want to become its own 501c3 nonprofit organization sooner rather than later. We are also reaching out to the Rose Foundation with that in mind, that they might also serve as that vehicle for the next phase of its development. But we've been talking a lot to people in the community about carrying capacity. How many people can go out on a particular site and enjoy that site sustainably? How many weddings a year can you have at Mendocino Bayview? What kind of impact do all the humans have so that the next generation of visitors can come back and enjoy that same kind of experience? That's what we have to solve here. You can't kill the golden goose by overusing it. So we're very much involved. The point is, we're really part of that economic development scenario. This is green infrastructure. This is going to last. For some of us, building trails is one of the more lasting things that we'll ever do, and will make it possible for people to enjoy Mendocino County in a first-hand way and put back into our county.
Matt. To the CEO.
Yes, sir. I had a quick question for you. There's a new coalition that's been formed of the League of California Cities and also the counties to deal with coastal issues. One of the challenges that we find is dealing with the Coastal Commission on projects and getting them through the process. So if you have any thoughts that you can share with us or any advice how you get through the Coastal Commission process in a friendly way, I'd appreciate to hear that.
We will be a support group for each other, it sounds like. Last night this came up at the Fort Bragg City Council. The Coastal Commission has given the language to Fort Bragg that's very confining about what they can do in environmentally sensitive habitat areas. And we want to point out to the Coastal Commission, and I said so last night to the City Council, time to push back and balance it out between the resource-dependent use of a nature trail balanced out with the protection responsibilities that are in the Coastal Act for native plants. Somehow that's got to be balanced rather than skewing one way or another. And the Coastal Commission is looking more toward protection of that sensitive habitat. But if you have a nature trail in it, that's the point, isn't it? For people to be able to enjoy the resource. This is the equation to solve at Glass Beach in Fort Bragg. You have rare plants, you have unrestricted use right now, you have people with dogs off leash, you have hordes of visitors with the new trestle opening up, coming from all those motels north of Pudding Creek onto the property in exactly the area that will impact the plants. So you've got to do something. If Boardwalk would be a great alternative, but it's very expensive. We've had great experiences with it because it defines where the trail should go. And it might be a better way to get it through the commission, but we have our problems, yes. And I'll be happy to talk with you more about this. It's kind of the brother and sisterhood of the damned, if you know what I'm saying. But we will prevail, okay? If my staff person can work with Caltrans successfully, we can do this. It's just persistence. And for us as an interpretive organization, we're gonna try to be as patient as possible about this.
Councilman Jerry Mello is also, he's the city's representative on that task force for the 61 cities. And the county of Mendocino is also involved at the county level. But one of the problems we've had is the coastal commissioners will not talk to us because they have no budget, so they won't travel any place to have a dialogue. But again, if anyone in your organization has some contacts that can help us achieve that, I think we would be interested in a meeting and talk about our common interests and how to overcome that problem.
I'll be delighted to follow up with you. We always take our opportunity when they come to our neighborhood. They do meet occasionally in Mendocino County. You want to always take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
The other great opportunity is when that happens, field trips. We need to show people what we're doing. The last 2 times the Coastal Conservancy, not the commission, I grant you, has visited and met in Fort Bragg, we take them to these places that I just showed you and explain exactly what happened and thank them for the whole sequence. Navarro Point, for example, they provided acquisition money, planning money, money to implement an access road and a parking lot, and we survived the state's audit, cradle to grave. And I brought the audit binder with me to the field visit and said, see what you put us through? But it was worth it. And then having that board go out on that site and enjoy it, they're going to take that away. There was a day when we took them out on the Belinda Point Trail, and they didn't want to do it. It was raining. They got halfway down the trail and nearly turned around. We said, keep going. And they got down to the end of the trail and saw this really beautiful special cove that whole neighborhood just loves and enjoys as theirs. And that was a moment for them. They hadn't seen coastal access like that. They're used to 15-foot wide shotguns in Malibu on concrete. We have to show them what we have.